I'm sure you've seen this fitness trend online, or maybe your hippie aunt told you about it, where people go and fast for 48 to 72 hours and then they can't stop talking about how amazing they feel, the mental clarity they had, the autophagy, etc, etc. Well, in this video, I'm going to cover all of the benefits that fasting can have, what potential downsides it would have, and if you should do it and why. And don't just take my word for it. I listen to the smart people like Dr. Mike Israetel, Andrew Huberman, and Layne Norton. These are the experts that dedicate their lives to this research, and I'm just here to deliver the message in a digestible way. Maybe even in a funny way sometimes, I hope. Of course, I cannot make this video if I haven't experienced it myself, so in the name of science, for the next 72 hours, I'm not going to eat anything except water. I'm going to take some progress pictures, and I'm also going to track my weight, which right now is 81.8 kilos. Most people fast for one of three reasons: fat loss, gut health, and mental clarity. Today is Sunday, the 13th of April. It's 12 past 6. I've just had my last meal, which was some chicken, 2 slices of toast, and some salad, and the fast begins now. It is now 3 p.m. I'm done with my sessions, and I am 21 hours into my fast. Other than a light headache, I feel pretty good. So I'm gonna go train. I'm gonna do a light training. I just had a gram of salt with some water for the electrolytes, and I'm gonna do 4 sets, 5 reps bench press, 4 sets, 5 reps bent over rows, just for strength, and some rehab exercises, some isometrics for my knee, because I have some tendonitis in my knee right now, so I can't work out. Something called intermittent fasting, where you fast from 14 to 18 hours per day, blew up in the fitness space. But here's the truth: intermittent fasting is not magic. When calories are the same, intermittent fasting is as good as any other meal schedule. It works well for a lot of people because you get a bit more energy in the morning and you have less time to eat in your day, which helps you consume less calories, which pushes you in a calorie deficit, which helps you lose weight. So if fasting helps you stick to a calorie deficit, great, keep doing it. But please don't fall for the idea that when you eat matters more than how much or what you eat. 7:30, so I'm officially past the 24-hour mark. I'm at 25 hours, and I have to say, surprisingly, energy-wise, I feel great. My energy has been very, very stable, but I don't want to celebrate too soon. It's only been 24 hours, and I haven't had coffee today, which always helps in keeping your energy more stable. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. 36 hours in, and I have to say I'm feeling pretty good. Last night the headache came back before I went to bed, but it ended up going away. I fell asleep and I feel quite good with no headache. I never really feel hungry in the morning, and even after not eating for 36 hours, that still didn't change. So I'm feeling quite good right now. And I forgot to mention, people normally still drink coffee when they're on their fast, but because I like to make things difficult for myself and because I'm doing it for my gut, I'm not gonna have any coffee. Now, whenever people talk about fasting, they have to mention autophagy. They talk about it like it's some kind of magical superpower, but what is it really? Autophagy is basically your body's cleanup crew. It clears out dead cells, waste cells, or old cells. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's important. But when it comes to intermittent fasting and a calorie deficit, you can experience similar levels of autophagy for both. However, doing longer fasts from 24 to 72 hours can get you deeper levels of autophagy, and this has been linked to less inflammation, longevity, and improved gut health. And there we go, 6:45 Tuesday, officially past the 48-hour mark. And today, I surprisingly feel quite good. I even did a full workout and didn't seem to bother me at all. I felt good, I felt strong, and a little bit of hunger that I had even went away. I have to say, right now, the hunger is starting to kick in a little bit more, but I go home, I'll make myself some tea, and then it'll probably go away again. You know, for about 26 years of my life, I've eaten every day, and now suddenly I have not eaten in 2 days, which is pretty crazy. And to be honest, it does give me a lot to think about when it comes to how much our bodies and our mind are really capable of. Only got about 24 more hours to go, and we'll be at 3 days, 72 hours, which is crazy. So I'm really excited to reach the 72-hour mark tomorrow, and it's good to know what this feels like as well. Another reason people fast is gut health. When you're constantly digesting food, your digestive system never gets a break. Fasting can help reduce the inflammation, tighten your gut junction, and improve your gut lining, and it can also help restore your bacterial balance especially if you've been dealing with issues like bloating, IBS, or other digestive issues. So this fast was also a bit of an experiment for me to see if hitting the reset button on my gut would help. So it looks like I'm down 3 kilos in 3 days, but I expect most of it to come back as soon as I start eating again, as a lot of it's gonna be muscle glycogen and water, of course. Anyway, 12 more hours to go, and then I can eat again. 68 hours into my fast, and I have to say, apples never looked so good before. I'm at the gym right now, about to hit a quick workout, because you know, we stay working even though we haven't eaten. No excuses out here. And today, first 2 hours of the day, I didn't feel that great. I think my blood pressure and my blood sugar were a bit low. But then I went to work, had some electrolytes, and it felt already a lot better. Other than that, my energy is good. My digestion has been feeling great, probably because I haven't eaten anything, but we only have 4 more hours to go. So I'm gonna do some shopping in a little bit and make myself my first meal. And we made it. 72 hours, no food, done. Time to break the fast with this wonderful chicken and veggie soup I just made. This has got to be the best soup I've ever had. Pro tip, if you fast for multiple days, don't just dive into a heavy meal. It's definitely gonna cause you some stomach issues. Now, let's look at how my body changed over the past few days. I started out at 81.8 kg and finished at 79.4. That's a total weight loss of 2.4 kilos, some of it being fat, but most of it probably being muscle glycogen. Now, when it comes to my body composition, even though the lighting is unfortunately a little bit different, you can see I got a bit leaner, but my muscles are also less pumped because the glycogen in them has been depleted. If I was only doing this for fat loss, not eating for 3 days, not worth it. Now, when it comes to mental clarity, I can say I definitely experienced it. This has to do with my insulin and blood sugar levels being more stable, I didn't drink any coffee, and I wasn't digesting any heavy meals. So my energy levels were a lot more stable during the day. But this just goes to show how you can manipulate all of these variables to help you manage your energy levels during the day a lot better without having to fast for 2 or 3 days. Now, before fasting, I thought this was gonna be the hardest thing I've ever done, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. I don't know if this was my metabolism, my genetics, or maybe my incredible mental strength, but the main issue always is hunger. And there are 3 things I did to combat this. First of all, the mental attitude. Since I decided that I'm not gonna eat for the next 2-3 days and that's it, it was a lot easier for me to forget about my hunger because I didn't have to deal with what am I gonna eat and when and where. I didn't have time to sit and whine about how hungry I was because I wasn't gonna eat anyway. Second, I stayed busy. During the day, I was training my clients, but even after that, when I got home, I was working on some content and doing some research online. I bet that if I was lying on the couch watching Netflix, my cravings would have been a lot worse. Staying busy every day keeps the hunger away. And third, small things like ginger tea and workouts help take your hunger away as well, temporarily. Funny enough, I thought I wasn't going to be able to work out, and yet I did 3 times. Now, I was sticking mostly to 5 reps, but my strength stayed the same, and for the bench press, it actually went up a little bit, but this is because the strength is a neurological adaptation and it doesn't require that much fuel anyway. Now, after fasting for 3 days, I learned a few incredibly important lessons. First, this will save you a lot of money on groceries. Second, when you don't eat, you suddenly have a lot more time in your day because you don't have to worry about food. But in all seriousness, we live in a world where more people die from eating too many calories than eating too little calories. And before doing this fast, 5-6 hours would go by and I would be like, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm starving, I need to eat something right now. It's Wednesday evening, I haven't eaten since Sunday evening, and I'm fine. This really goes to show how much our bodies are capable of doing if we put our minds to it, and I think this will change the way I deal with hunger forever. Hunger really is more mental than you think. In conclusion, fasting is not superior in comparison to a good old-fashioned calorie deficit. It can give you some mental clarity, and it can have some benefits for your gut health and relieve you of digestive distress. But what I really want you to take away from this is that hunger is not an emergency. So the next time you get home from work, you're tired, you're hungry, and you want to order the fattest pizza there is, take a breath, maybe have some ginger tea, and make the right choice. Please remember that this is not health advice, and before you do anything like this, always consult with a professional, especially if you have health conditions or things like low blood pressure, which you might not know of. This video was for me to share my experience, and for educational purposes only. Until next time.